Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. How are we doing? It is time. It's time for a new trial. I've been keeping this one a little bit close to the vest. Defense made a motion for a mistrial. Prosecutor was up to some fuckery. Potentially damaging evidence, no basis for it. The judge specifically said, do not ask that question. Do not use that as evidence. She walked right down the path and asked the question. It may be over on Tuesday morning. Batman Bruce Wayne bitch snitch. Gerald Brooks, your constitution does not apply to me because I'm a sovereign citizen, a traveler on the land. I'm the Moorian Empire or whatever, bitch. Because they're so fucking absurd. If you want to be a sovereign citizen, just do yourself a favor first. Go to YouTube here and just get every sovereign citizen that's ever been before. Find me one that won. God dang, you're right. Don't go down this. It's not the path. Don't have time for stupidity. Some clever dick on the internet didn't find the great loophole in all of the world's law. Bitch snitch. God dang, you're right. God dang, you're right. Traveler on the land. God dang, you're right. Moorish Empire. Traveler on the land. Bitch snitch. Moorish Empire. God dang, you're right. Traveler on the land. Bitch snitch. Late evening U.S. people. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. What's up? How are we doing? How is everybody today? It is that time. We're in the run-up to another trial. We've got the Hannah Gutierrez Reed trial on tap. Tomorrow on the 21st, jury selection begins. And opening statements are expected to begin on Thursday. So today, Tuesday, we're going to be covering the first police interrogation of Hannah Gutierrez Reed by the cops immediately after the rush shooting, where Alec Baldwin, being Alec Baldwin, pumped a round through the cinematographer Halyna Hutchins, ending up killing her and injuring another dude standing directly behind her. So we're going to be doing that. And then tomorrow, in the run-up to the trial, we're going to be doing the second police interrogation of Hannah Gutierrez Reed. So we're going to give you a compare and contrast opportunities here to see what she was like immediately following and then later during the second interview. What was different? What did she do different? What was different about the surroundings and all of that stuff? So make sure you check out today, tomorrow, and then we start with the trial on Thursday. Thursday. the dateline makes everything confusing for me. So Thursday, opening statements are expected to begin. And what have we got going on here so far? We've got 118 people here. And what do we got? Who do we got? What's happening? Kaiser in the house. What's up, Kaiser? Hey, I'm doing awesome. You're not talking to me. You're talking to Ms. K. Griff. You don't care about me. Been there, done that. Rosalind Duke. Everybody, what's up? Alan Walsh, Ms. K. Griff, Porcelain Thunder, Sarah Winks, and everybody above that. Melly Cormier, Imanesu. We still up close today, huh? Yeah, we have to be up close today because, when I put up the video, I want you to see my handsome mug as well. Let's see, you're just kind of scrolling back up.
I'm crazy for making what? What did I make? What's crazy? What did I make that's crazy? I haven't done anything crazy. Nicola, what's up? Nicola here. Nicola Maxwell. It's been a minute. Looks like we have a Scottish invasion tonight. We've got Scottish people everywhere. There's Scotsmen and Scotswomen everywhere. Hey, I'm just glad you're here. All right, but people, what we need to do, we need to get into this because it's about an hour-long video, and with my talking, it goes forever. Hey, Flux, what's up? What's up, Flux? We got our like and subscribe today. I've said a lot today. I got to stop doing that. All right, our like and subscribe poll today is here. So make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and if you are subscribed, just double check to make sure you are still subscribed. Subscriptions are the cool thing. YouTube likes to take them away. Give them back. So just double check to make sure you are still subscribed, and then take our like and subscribe poll. Pretty simple today. And we got 88 votes and 83 likes. Only 5 of you have cheated. 140 concurrent viewers, 83 likes. That means 60 of you haven't done your job. Come on, peeps. It's going to be about 2 more minutes before we launch into the video here. So just get down there and click that like button. It literally takes that second. And I'll just kind of nudge that subscription button there too. And the like and subscribe poll today is, who should get more prison time? Baldwin, Hannah, neither of them should go to prison, or I don't really care. I just liked the video. Those are your options today for our like and subscribe poll. Jem has the thumbs up of many colors. We're good to see that. So today, as we're treating this sort of like a trial stream, so we will, when the super chats come in, assuming they come in, we'll put them up on the screen, and we'll read them the very first chance we get, when there's a natural pause and when there's things like that going on. Let's see. Anything else we need to get out of the way? I think that's it. Yes. We have a mysterious box that arrived yesterday. We have an unboxing at the end of the show today. It came from America, and I don't know what it is. I have to open it up to find out who it's from and what's in it. So we'll do that at the end of the show. The people in the UK, Joe Choi and whoever else sent something from the UK, it's still going to be several weeks before I see that. Let's see. Yeah, so that's kind of it, I guess. As always, the dogs are here, ready for the pig dog camera to be unleashed. We unlock that achievement when we get to $100 worth of super chats, so or memberships combined. So everybody jump in, contribute. Let's get the doggos unlocked before they go to sleep in the other room. And so today, interrogation number 1. Tomorrow, interrogation number 2. Thursday, opening arguments. Friday, we're going to do F It Friday. We have an F It Friday stream where we just say F it. We grift like a mofo. That's all it is. I beg you to send me money, and you make me do shots when you do. We have a panel of guests. So far, let's see. We got Lady Law 579 lined up. Sally's going to try and make it. Ari Jacob will be here. Chrissy Mayer will be here. Nicholas Starro will be here. Megan Fox will be here. There's a good chance of a good Logic sighting. Those are the people that have checked in so far. We should be having some more people. It's going to be a 4-hour only F It Friday. So get those super chats in quick, because the reason it's going to be 4 hours is after 4 hours of hopefully heavy drinking and lots of super chats, I'm going to continue streaming the Hannah Gutierrez Reid trial. Hopefully I'll be sober enough. If not, we'll have to play that one by ear. And let's see. Yes, the F It Friday will be in the morning time before the trial starts. So, all right. That's it. I think we're ready. Let's bring on Hannah Gutierrez Reid. Again, this happened right after the shooting. They brought Baldwin in, they brought her in, and they started asking questions. So for those of you that have seen it, I've seen it too. This was literally, I've mentioned it a couple times before, one of the very first videos I ever did on this little channel I like to call Legal Vices. So we're going back in time here. We're gonna look at this again because the trial is finally here. So let's pull up ye oldie video. Here we go, and let's see what Ms. Reid can tell us, shall we? He's got to go back to the beginning because there's a little bit of a news article here to begin with.
Since the start of this investigation, many people have been quick to blame Reed, even criticizing her. Yet this new report found she was actually following firearm safety protocols, but it was a different story.
Or what was she really? Was she really?
For the company.
Hannah Gutierrez Reed wasn't.
Okay, right there. I hate that. I hate that when the news people, do the I've gone native pronunciation. The Hannah Gutierrez Reed. Do you think she pronounces her own name? Hi, I'm Hannah Gutierrez. No. Or do you think she just says, hi, I'm Hannah Gutierrez? I just hate that. It's like you get the today in Nicaragua, there was a today the police seized 5 tons of cocaine from Colombia. I hate that. I hate that when the all accent happy right silent BS. Yeah. Is there anything Gutierrez looking about her? I don't think so. Anyway, that's just my own little personal news pet peeve. Is when they go all native like that. Even if they are native, come on. All right, let's go.
Charge of securing guns on the set of Rust. She was often called young and inexperienced.
You know why?
She was just expressing like any young person going into the industry, getting in, that she's got some nerves, but that doesn't mean she's not capable of doing the job in a big way.
Well, she did a job on her job, didn't she? Yeah, she was called young and inexperienced for 2 very good reasons. 1, she was young, and 2, she was inexperienced. So there may have been a reason she was called young and inexperienced. And Crime Circus, I got to put him down in the description too. Drip Drop is an awesome guy. Drip Drop has all the cool interrogations. All right. Here we see the good old classic police thing here. The police interrogation tactic of just putting them in the room and see what they do. Just watch them. Now, as we all know, the first question that we got to ask is, what is missing from this picture? The first thing you notice that's missing from the picture, who wins the prize today for the most glaring thing missing in this picture? Oh, Swan Lake Lady gets it. Kaiser comes in a close second. The main thing missing from this picture is a lawyer. Now, this is going to be fun because I literally haven't watched this since I commented on it damn near 2 years ago. So, well, I guess a year and a half ago. Let's find out. Let's find out how this goes. I'm going to go back later and rewatch my original version of this to see what has changed in my thoughts on this. So yeah, the first thing that's missing is her lawyer. And also, don't talk on your phone. They're listening. Who is she calling? Oh shit. Who is she calling?
Hi.
Music.
Yeah. Yeah, not anymore. I'm at the police station.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have a lawyer.
Yeah, we know. We just said that. All right. Hey, Tammy F has started us off with the very first super chat of the day, bringing us $98 away from the wonderful, amazing, awesome Pig Dog Cam. Who do we got here? We got both of them sitting back there. So yeah, the pig dogs are locked and loaded, waiting to be released when we release the hounds.
Release the hounds.
That will happen, I hope, sooner than later. But in the meantime, Tammy F says, "Hi Jeff, here's my last $2. Take it. Do not send your last $2. Nobody should ever do that. Save. I'll take the excess, but don't give me your last $2. No, seriously, I would rather people didn't do that. But thank you, Tammy F, for the support, and I hope you're just joking. All right, she's acknowledged she doesn't have a lawyer. Good. Tammy F confirms that no, lol, not really the last. Okay, well then give more. Okay, I thought she said she didn't have a lighter. Nope, she said I ain't got no lawyer. Yeah. So even she knows she doesn't have a lawyer. Now, I can understand being in the heat of the moment. You're pulled into the police station. You've just been there when you were very close to where this shooting went down. You came and saw the aftermath. You know that your rounds that you were in charge of came from the guns that you were in charge of that killed her. I can see you being a little bit discombobulated. There's a good word. We need to bring back discombobulated. You can be a little bit discombobulated and forget in some theory, like in some weird bizarro world. I can see you going, oh my God, I didn't bring my lawyer. And just talk. But when you're literally on the phone saying, I don't have my lawyer, that should be a clue that you don't have a lawyer. She knows she doesn't have a lawyer. And she continues to talk for 54 minutes today and 54 minutes tomorrow as well. I don't have a lawyer.
Yeah. Okay. They were fucking dummies.
Well,
I don't know.
not all of them were fucking dummies. Well, there was one fucking dummy, and she's sitting here at the table. There's another fucking dummy, and he was the star of the show.
They rattled.
Not that one.
Maybe it was the primer cap or something.
Oh, God. And so not only is she talking without a lawyer, she's talking to somebody about what happened. And the cops are listening going, oh, thank you for telling us all these wonderful things that we need to question you about. She's doing the cops' job for them right now. Oh, no, Kaiser Pineapple, that's not the only dummy. The only dummy isn't her sitting in the room. There's also the star of the show who is also a dummy. See, this is an interesting thing. Flux says she sounds high as fuck. I would give her the benefit of the doubt and say she's scared and tired, but this is going to be part of her trial. They tried to get evidence that she handed off a bag of cocaine to someone right after this police interview. She went back and allegedly handed off a bag of coke to somebody. Plus, she admitted to being drunk and smoking weed the night before. She may be high as fuck. We didn't know that at this point in time, the first time we watched this. So let's see if we think she's high as fuck during this.
I don't know. I talked to Sarah, and Sarah said she checked the box and some didn't rattle.
Scared and high.
Yeah.
The cocaina. Sorry, I have to go. I forgot. We have to go native, don't we?
Yeah.
Hannah Gutierrez Reed doing the cocaina.
I don't know. It wasn't for me.
They're done that with a $5 super chat. Who peed on the front of her head? Yeah, well, see, notice how much this changes from now and then the next time she did her interview. All right, so she got done giving the cops a lot of things to think of on her phone while they're just watching her through the cameras and possibly through a one-sided mirror. Okay, this is Lucentale says, wait, Sarah checked the box and some didn't rattle and everything didn't get shut down immediately. She's talking about after the shooting. Because after the shooting, Sarah went through and checked all of them that were in the box that served to load Alec Baldwin's weapon. This was after. She's talking about Sarah checked the box after the shooting. And then Sarah panicked and threw a bunch of them in the garbage. She don't lie, she don't lie. Cocaina.
That one in here. You're welcome. There's some creamer, a lot of sugar, and a syrup in there. Thank you.
Okay, volume is high. That's good. At least we have good audio.
Get started. Okay, you're on way. So the rest of the night.
I'm actually going to turn that volume down a bit. That's
before
really
we get started, you're here for an interview, and that's all we're doing right now. Okay, just anybody what happened today, okay? Okay, you're on way. So the rest of the night. Before you get started, you're here for an interview, and that's all we're doing right now. Okay, just anybody, what happened today, okay? Anytime on me.
Lynn has just become a YouTube member. Thank you, Lynn, for being the newest member of the Clean and Sober crew. That is very, very awesome. Thank you so much. We're now like 88 away from unleashing Pig Dog Cam. Thank you. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you here as a member often. We're gonna be doing our membership stream next week, I think. Right. Let me double check the speed here. It sounds like she's talking really super fast. No, that's normal speed. Holy crap! I thought I thought she was on like way high speed. All right. But while we're paused here, Western civilization with $5 more. I just got here. Can you start over, please? And we just watched her talk on the phone and say, "Gee, I don't have a lawyer," and not get one. You haven't really missed anything. Thank you so much, Western civilization, for the amazing super chat. Oh, I forgot to do the bells for everybody. There's a communal bell for everybody.
Interview somebody, especially when we do here, just so that you're aware of it, okay? Okay, cool. So we have here, we use forms. Not the that's just what she had here, but I guess she went to pick them. So we're just going to get you those.
This
and,
is sped
go
up.
over them and it's a formality we have to do, okay?
Do you know if anyone ever got that fanny pack?
Okay, if we go
So right now,
drip drop, this is sped up. This is like loaded at 1.25 speed. I assume I have no recollection of this, so I assume he's going to slow it down when we get to the actual interrogation part. But if we slow it down to 0.75, they sound more stoned than she does. So we're just going to have to live with this. Let's go.
It's technically inside the scene, so we can't quite grab it yet.
Okay, cool.
But you said it's black and gray?
No, it's just the gray one.
Just gray, okay. And
The
it's on
only
cart?
Scottish shaming we do here is make our Scottish friends pronounce purple burglar alarm.
Fair enough. If it's not part of it, we'll get it back to you as soon as we can. So like I said, this is the rights that I just need to go over, and I'll read them to you as I do. If you understand them, you can signature or check out here. And then read the rest here, and if you agree, okay? So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in a criminal law or other proceedings. You have the right to consult an attorney before making any statements or.
All right, they're reading their rights. If anybody ever has any doubt, any question, any concern, whether they may or may not be a suspect, if the cops start reading you your rights, you're a suspect. And this part where they say you have a right to remain silent, do it. Exercise it affirmatively, very affirmatively. Let them know you are exercising your Fifth Amendment rights to remain silent until your attorney shows up, and you want your attorney to be summoned immediately. If you don't have an attorney, tell them to get one, and you're not going to say a word until then, and then don't say a word. But so she knew she didn't have a lawyer. She told whoever she was talking to on the phone she didn't have a lawyer. Here the cops are saying, get a lawyer. And surprise, she still doesn't get a lawyer.
Answering any questions. And you may have him or her present with you during questioning. You may have an attorney appointed to you to represent you if you cannot afford one. Otherwise, obtain one. Okay. You understand those? And if you wish to
I kind of would like an attorney.
You kind of like, what do you want to do?
All right. We have to go back here. You are watching a textbook example of how not to ask for an attorney. This is how you do not ask for an attorney.
I kind of would like an attorney.
I kind of would like to have an attorney. Saying I would kind of like to have an attorney is not saying I demand my attorney. So if you tell the cops, I would kind of like to have an attorney, they would say, yeah, but you didn't ask for it. You didn't demand it. You said you might possibly want to consider the notion that getting a lawyer might be a good idea to cross your mind at some point in the future. Yeah, this is exactly how you don't ask for an attorney. I might kind of sort of like to maybe possibly have an attorney. Yeah, cool, bruh. And Squizgar 2322 with the $10 super chat. If the cops are talking to you, you're a suspect. If they're not talking to you, you're a suspect. If you're breathing, you're a suspect. If not, you are still a suspect. A good healthy dose of paranoia from Squizgar. But just because you're paranoid doesn't mean you're not a suspect. Thank you for the super chat, Squizgar. Boom, there we go. All right, let's get back to her not asking for an attorney.
And if you wish to,
oh my God, this is bad.
I would like an attorney. You kind of like.
See, and this is the cops going, okay, you'd kind of like one or you want one. They actually don't have to do this, but they're being nice. They're clarifying. Are you saying you want one or you just kind of think it'd be nice to have one?
What do you want to do? Like, I mean, just because the situation and everything, and their attorney already talked to me, and I just think I should probably have an attorney represent me.
Right here again, I think I should probably have an attorney represent me. That ain't asking for an attorney, people. I just think I should probably have an attorney. Nope. Now, what the cops probably are going to, I honestly can't remember much about this. I just remember her sniffing her armpits at one point. It was really bad. But the cop, not chunky detective over here, the other one, you can barely see her head down here in the bottom left corner. She's actually smart as a whip. Her interviewing the other people, she's a really good detective. Now, these detectives, what they can do is, well, you think you should probably have one, and they can try to talk her out of it because she hasn't asked for one yet. They go, you don't need it. You don't really need one. We're just going to talk. They can try to talk you out of it at this point and put your mind at ease that you don't really need that lawyer. And eventually, we just need to ask you your name. Can you spell your name for us? You go, okay, well, I don't really need a lawyer to tell him my name. Okay, what about your phone number? It's my phone number. And you answer 3 or 4 or 5, then you're answering 10 questions, and then you forget all about asking for a lawyer. And then they've got you. So I think I should probably have an attorney represent me. That gets you the big old that gets you the big old buzzer. I need a buzzer. Where's my buzzer? I just have the Price is Right thing. I still need to get used to my new soundboard here. All right. Let's move on. Before we move on, though, we have yet another super chat. Thank you so much. You guys bringing in these super chats are awesome tonight. This is making it worthwhile. Good. I've earned minimum wage. The DCV Titan with a Canadian $5. After having your rights read, your first response is, okay, now get a public defender at the least in here before we continue. Yeah. If you don't have your own lawyer, if you don't have immediate access to getting one, that's what you do. You say, appoint me a lawyer. I can't afford one. Appoint one. You may stay in jail a little bit longer while they arrange things, but you're still not talking. All right, let's see how this quest for her lawyer goes.
Okay, before you make any statements or talk to us. Well, I can probably answer a few questions.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. This is worse than I remember. I think I would probably like a lawyer to represent me. And so all they have to do is ask, well, like, before you answer any questions? Well, I guess I can answer a few questions without my lawyer. And again, a few minutes from now, she's not even going to remember that lawyers exist on planet Earth.
Mm.
Oh my
So at any time, so I'm gonna, again, you don't have to talk to us. And if you want to talk to your attorney, that's fine. If you want to answer some questions, you still could change your mind during this questioning. So it's up to you. If you want to talk to us and at some point you feel like maybe you want your attorney, you can, but you need to make the decision
See,
on what you want to do right
They
now.
talked
You
you
wanna
out of
talk to
having a
us?
lawyer right here.
When you get here, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be you calling them and finding out.
Yep.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're fucking attorney. I don't know. It's just like such a big company.
Okay. So, all right. Here's the deal. People, again, you shouldn't need to be told this, but it's something that people don't necessarily think about. Let's say you work for a company, and as part of your duties for that company, you do something, and while you're doing that something, you kill somebody. And she's talked to the company's lawyer. The company's lawyer ain't your friend. The company's lawyer is going to try to fucking bury you. They're going to try to make it seem like gross negligence, an intentional act, something way outside the scope of your duties, something that they can point to you to get their big pocket, deep pocket, heavy paying client off the hook. If you're on your job and you kill somebody, don't talk to the company's lawyer. They ain't your friends either.
No.
Are you talking about with the production company?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't want anything in this case to be fucked up for me as much as I
Well.
possibly can.
So,
Guys, can you
no,
tell me, is
you're
the court
fine.
volume a lot lower than me? It
That's why we
sounds like
don't
it is. I mean, not the court
do you
volume.
know you're right.
Okay.
It's up to
Is
you.
the detective's volume, is the damn video volume lower than
It would be
too
a
much
public
lower than
defender.
mine?
They might advise another day. It could go a longer process. I don't know.
All right. I can answer some basic questions.
It's about
you wanna
the
ask
same.
some
All
basic
right.
questions, we
I'll
can do
boost it
that,
up.
and then if you at some point feel like it's
Right on, yeah.
and like I said, right now we are just interviewing you because you are
2/3 my volume. I'll put
you
it
were
back.
there. You were there. You
Totally.
are in charge of
Yeah.
the armor.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Okay, I want to be a
You're
little bit
okay with
louder
talking
than
with
them
us?
so I can talk over
Yeah.
them. God, they've asked her like 5 times, so you're okay talking to us. You don't need your lawyer now. And every time they have been far more generous than a cop needs to be about making sure that she doesn't want her lawyer right now. They're actually much kinder than I remembered. They're like, "Are you sure you don't want a lawyer? You're going to talk to us, right? Okay, you. Oh my God, this dumb girl did not do herself any favors."
We'll start off with basic questions, okay? So you've already mentioned that you've been on set for 5 months now, on this particular set?
No, on
Hey,
this
Alan.
particular set.
Good to see you.
In 2 weeks.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, do you want the date and time?
Oh, yeah, please.
It's going to be 21.
21.
And
I'm
four
so
seven.
sorry. How do you spell your first name?
Hannah, H-A-N-N-A.
And that's how they go.
And your last
Walk
name?
her right down through these
Gutierrez,
basic questions and make her forget that lawyers exist.
G-U-T-I-E-R-R-E-Z.
What's your date of birth?
April 28th, 1997.
April
28th.
97?
Yeah.
And how old are you?
24.
Okay, I'm starting to agree with Flux. She does sound high as fuck.
So I just want you to be comfortable when you're talking.
Okay.
So this set, you've been here for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And this is, your primary job is handling the armor?
Yeah.
Can you go into detail about what you do?
She's 24.
Check the guns, and I load the guns, and I hand the guns off to the actor.
Okay.
She's buried herself
How long
right.
have you,
She has buried herself right there. Right there is As far as I'm concerned, the police can end the interrogation right there. And they've got a damn near locked in case. What's your job? Handling the gun that killed Halyna Hutchins, loading the gun that killed Halyna Hutchins, handing the loaded gun that killed Halyna Hutchins off to the actor. It's game over, man. It's game over.
You've been doing this because you mentioned you've been on multiple sets.
Since about March, but I've been handling guns my whole life, pretty much.
So you're very familiar with guns. And this is your primary function. You go to different sets and you primarily handle these guns.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell us what happened today when you started work, when you got there to work?
Yeah, I went to work. We got the guns out. Me, my coworker Sarah, she helps me with the guns a little bit too. Yeah. And we got the guns out. We went to set. We had the guns on set. I dummied the guns up with the dummy rounds.
And a couple of live ones.
And yeah, we were on set all day. No, nothing happened. And then we came back from lunch and that happened.
So you got on set with the gun, with the dummy rounds about what time?
Like 7:30 probably.
Around 7:30 this morning?
Yeah, I didn't dummy the gun up until about a little before lunch, like an hour before lunch.
Okay.
JKD Buck, yes, this was a rinky-dink cheap. I think it was like an $80 million movie or something.
What I was going to ask you.
Indie movie.
You and Sarah, what's Sarah's last name? Do you know?
Sarah's last name. I don't think she really worked with that gun that day, by the way. But Sarah Zachary, Zachry.
Okay. But she was there today with you, helping you today, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you and Sarah.
Not high.
Who has
Not
access
high
to
is the
that?
answer.
When you got
to
there
that
this
question.
morning, where are the guns kept?
The guns are kept on the prop truck.
On the prop truck? And
Yeah, and the dummies and everything kept on the prop truck.
are the dummy rounds separate, contained than the gun, all
Yeah.
in the truck?
Yeah, they're in their own box, and the guns are in the safe.
Okay. And who has access to the safe?
Sarah and I.
Just the two of you?
Yeah.
What about the
you
dummy
and
rounds? Who has access to that?
Well, the dummy rounds, they were on the cart for lunch. Yeah, the dummy rounds were on the cart for lunch. All the ammo was on the cart for lunch.
Is there, okay, so you're saying dummy rounds and ammo, are there two separate things?
So there's blanks, my bad, not ammo, but there's blanks, you know, the blanks look different. They shoot the stuff and the dummies normally just have a little BB in them.
Okay. What is the purpose for the dummy rounds? Because you were loading those up this morning.
So
first.
the dummy rounds, they're meant to put in like the belts of the cowboys and everything. And like in the revolver, you can see if it's empty or not.
Right.
So yeah, I have to dummy them up if they're gonna be like looking right at the camera.
Oh, okay, so you, just for show, the dummy rounds are just for show to make it look
Just
it's
for
full.
show, yeah.
Okay, but then the other rounds that you guys
The other
put on
rounds,
scene,
yeah, the
shoot
other
a
rounds,
BB.
yeah. They don't shoot a BB, no.
Oh.
No, they just shoot, like, they just open up and a little black powder comes out, and that's all. It's just a little black powder, and yeah,
Is there live ammo that's kept on set?
no, never.
well, not never. We can't say never, can we? Maybe never except this day. But yeah, we can't say never. because it happened. All right, we got 359 concurrent viewers and 208 likes. 150 if you haven't done your job. Get down there and smash that like button. What are you doing, people? And then take our like and subscribe poll. And we are 60 away from doggo camp. Cool.
I hardly even go shooting with 45 ammo at all. I normally just use 22.
Okay.
So.
And so you got the guns this morning. You and Sarah are the only ones who have, is it a combination for the safe?
It is, yeah.
Okay, and you guys are the only ones who have that combination?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But the rounds are?
They're in the truck, yeah. The truck gets pretty much locked up every night. I mean,
all right, I did want to mention this. I was looking for a good time, but now is a good time to mention it. For everybody talking about how young she is and whatnot, Kaiser Pineapple raises this good point. Hannah's father was one of the best film armorers in the business. She got the job because 1, nepotism, and 2, she was cheaper. This came at the cost of on-the-job experience. And this was, she had worked on a Nicolas Cage film previously, but this, I believe, was her first film as the armorer. But yeah, her father, Reed, he's one of the best.
Locked, but just on set security.
Okay. Or do you guys have lunch? Does a lot of people just eat lunch there?
We all leave and we go back to base camp.
Okay.
So they leave guns
and dummy rounds and
rounds sitting on the cart while they go off and leave the set.
Blanks.
Yeah, we'll go with blanks.
I'll use blanks.
Yeah.
Just so I also don't mix up in the confusion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you got the dummy rounds and the blanks this morning, what were you guys doing before lunch? Was that just
we were just
with the dummies only? Just
the dummies. We were just about to get into the blank stuff, and like part of my job is checking the barrel to make sure nothing's in it, because that's how Brandon Lee died.
Yeah, right.
So like that's what I checked for. I definitely checked this morning, and I was planning on checking again.
So again, this is something I didn't think about before. She was actually looking down the barrel at a live round. God dang. She was looking down the barrel at a live round. Awesome. The DCV tied in, bringing 5 more Canadian dollaros. Oh, did she just say dummy rounds and normal rounds look different? Guess that defeats all the people that say they're easy to mistake. They're blanks, dummy rounds, and live ammunition are absolutely idiotically easy to differentiate. That's the whole fucking purpose of it. It's not supposed to be difficult to differentiate them. Oh my God. Yeah, right. So the people that say, oh, they're easy to mistake. No, they're not. I believe it was Runkle said he picked someone he did an experiment with someone who had never seen real, bullets in their life. He gave him I believe it was a female. He gave her a few minutes training, blindfolded her, and she could differentiate between dummies, blanks, and live ammunition. Blindfolded someone who had zero experience about anything. Now, it is incredibly easy to tell the difference between these things. Literally, it doesn't take anything. Blanks. They don't have anything that fires. They have nothing on the top. They don't have a lead or copper, anything on the top. They're just flat on the top. They have half or a quarter charge, and so they just make noise and go ooh bang. Dummies look like real bullets at very first glance. So when you're looking at the front of a revolver, you can see what looks like live ammunition in the cylinder, but they're not, because if you look at the back, they'll either have no primer, they'll have a primer that has a hole in it. I'm not going to do that. They'll have a hymen. Fuck me. They'll have a primer that already has a dent in it, or there'll be a different color. There's so many ways or they'll have they'll have that plus just like a couple of BBs, so they rattle. That's what she was talking about. Live ammunition has lead or copper jackets at the top. They're heavy, they don't rattle, and the primer is intact. That's it. There. Now, all 374 of you should be able to look at these different rounds and tell whether they're dummies, whether they're blanks, or whether they're live ammunition. So yeah, thank you, DCV Titan, for that. And those people are just ignorant. And that's how you pronounce ignorant in Utah. Ignorant. IGNRNT. Ignorant.
Right after lunch, before we got into
Shut
all
up,
the
Ms. K.
shit, and
Griff.
I already started checking the other two guns to check in the thing for them, and none of them had any barrel obstructions. So yeah.
So you check the gun, but do you check the blanks and the dummies as well?
I do check the dummies. I shook all of them, and they all.
Someone should have shook you,
They
you
all
dummy.
showed that they were not hot, I guess you could say.
How can you tell the difference on the
Oh, she's going to
ammo
explain it
on
here.
the dummy rounds or the blanks? I'm sorry. How can you tell the difference from the blanks and live real ammunition?
Abby! We have an Abby abroad sighting. Everybody, Abby, this is my homegirl. We love Abby. Abby's here. I love it. Ignorant. No, it's ignorant. IGNRNT. There's no A in ignorant in Utah. It's just ignorant. IGNRNT. What's up, Abs?
Like there's a little ring in there, just rings. It rattles, like a little rattle.
When it's a blank?
Yeah, and then also there's ones that I have with holes in the side to show that there's nothing in them.
Mm-hmm.
So what are these ones? They're the rings?
Yeah, these ones were the rings. There was one, I think, with a hole. Yeah.
And you put the gun before going to lunch back in the safe.
Oh, by the way, I should mention that everybody should go over to Abby's site, abbyabroad.fun. Everybody should go to her website there and check out all of her stuff. She does networking across nations. She does things like visiting China and all sorts of cool stuff. So if you're ever looking to go into Asia or China specifically, get on over to abbyabroad.fun.
Yeah, but the blanks and dummies were left on the cart.
Yeah.
Did you, when you got back, did they look moved or tampered with or touched when you got back from lunch?
They did not. No, nothing seemed out of the ordinary.
Was the gun still in the safe after lunch?
Yeah.
Who pulled it out?
Sarah pulled it out and she handed it to me.
Okay, so Sarah pulled out the gun, handed it to Hannah. Hannah hands it to Dave Hall. He hands it to Baldwin. Baldwin pulls the trigger and blasts Halyna Hutchins. That's sort of the chain of custody for this live round. Oh, and one more thing. Sorry to keep harping on Abby here. Abby Abroad, her YouTube channel, Abby Abroad. She's just uploaded the first video on the site. The top 3 must-do tips for foreigners coming to China. So go check her out. Go subscribe to her channel. Costs you nothing, and you might learn something about another culture.
Yeah.
Mine, where I'm trying to get with is because you can handle the gun. You obviously are going to be loading the gun. So that's where I'm concerned about the dummy and the blanks, because those were left out. And is there some way that somebody can alter them to make them still look like your dummy rounds?
Nope.
So that's the thing, is that like bullets, like real bullets, pretty much look the same as dummies. The only difference is the rattle.
Yeah, the only difference is the rattle or the dent in the primer or maybe the hole in the side of it. There's so many differences. Come on.
And so, yeah, that's a choice. But also, I don't know. I'm kind of wondering, because I heard back in the day, dummies used to have like a primer cap. So I'm wondering if maybe it was one of those older ones or something.
Well,
like
you
that.
should know. That was your job to know exactly what
load them after
went
lunch?
in there.
They were already loaded from before lunch. And so that's the thing, is like, we had that gun the whole time before that, and it was nothing happened, and I wasn't in there, and they weren't supposed to be even pulling the hammer back.
So, okay, all right, let me just clarify a little bit. So prior to lunch, the guns, you had them out?
Yeah.
And where were they when they were out?
They were inside with all the camera crew and everything. It's, you know, COVID, everything happening right now. They don't really like a lot of people in there.
Okay.
And so usually I'm like hardly allowed in there unless there's actual firing happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you inside this morning?
I walked in there and I handed the gun to Alex a couple of times, and Alex took it, and everyone was there with him.
Alec?
Okay. Baldwin, yeah.
Baldwin? Okay, so you handed him the gun this morning. Does he pass it off to anybody, or were you able to see that?
At one point, Dave had it, the assistant director, but he was just sitting in with it, and then I saw him, and I was like, okay, this is fine. He's just sitting in, and then I walked out, and yeah.
And how do you know that Dave had it?
I handed it off to Dave while he was sitting in for the shot.
Okay. All right, so you guys were the only 3 handlers prior to lunch?
Alex.
Is there anybody that didn't touch this gun
Dave was
before
after
lunch?
lunch.
Okay.
Dave was after lunch. Yeah, that should have been the only ones. Maybe Sarah possibly, but yeah. Because that's the thing, they chill on our little table, and we're pretty much there all the time.
Okay. And then, so prior to lunch, should they do any scenes or anything of the sort where they were firing the weapon?
No.
Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to hit the mic.
Nothing before lunch. Yeah, we were just supposed to get into it right after that. Like, literally, that was the last shot before we actually got into blanks.
Okay.
And those blanks were already loaded in before lunch.
See, and one thing to keep in mind here, you are listening to the anatomy of the killing of a human being. What went wrong? What led to the death of another human being at the hands of Alec Baldwin and others in this chain of custody? So keep that in mind. All of these things she's talking about, we have the gun, we have these rounds. There shouldn't be live ammunition. There's never live ammunition except for when there is. It's sitting there. I was the only person that touched it. And by the end of her story, there's 3 or 4 people that have handled this weapon before lunch. Then they just put the loaded gun and a bunch of other rounds on a cart. And then they just kind of leave the set and go off to have lunch for however long lunch is. All of these things. This is the anatomy of a killing. So far, nobody's ever explained how or why there were live rounds on the set. That's one thing that should be interesting coming out in the trial, in her trial and Baldwin's trial, assuming he goes to trial.
No, the blanks are different than dummies. So that's, yeah, blanks, totally different. They actually have like ignition and powder and everything. Dummies, no powder, just for looks.
Just for looks, right?
Yeah.
So I think everything was after lunch then.
So are you a dummy or are you
lunch,
blank?
You get back, and that's when you loaded a dummy round. I mean, the blanks.
No blanks were loaded.
No, like
All
no
of
dummy today.
Yeah, no blanks were loaded today. I was like getting ready for it. I had my fanny pack like full of like blanks and everything. But
Okay. So when was the last time you loaded it?
I loaded it with the. So I loaded it with 5 of the dummy rounds before lunch, and there was one that wouldn't go in. And so when we got back from lunch, I took the like little cleaner guy. I cleaned it out really quick, and I put another dummy in there.
Okay, so there were 5 total in the gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you describe?
6. There was 6. 5, yeah. When the incident occurred, yeah, there was 6.
Okay. Can you describe the gun?
It's a Colt. It's a long barrel Colt.
It's a long barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 rounds fit in it?
Yeah.
What color?
A bronze?
It's bronze?
Yeah, they're bronze. Yeah, kind of bronze, brassy.
What caliber?
It was 45.
And that was the only one that was used today?
No, the other two were used too.
Okay. What
Yeah.
do those look like?
Those are both 45. I think they're either Colts or Ubertis, 45s, and yeah, the two other characters had them.
And they're revolver looking?
Yeah, they are revolvers.
But the long barrel was the one that was used during the incident, just to be clear.
Yeah.
And also remember that I've done all of the, I've reviewed all of the police questioning videos, the police interrogation and interview videos that have been released so far that I'm aware of. If you go back deep into the Alec Baldwin playlist on the channel, you can check those out. But one of the things she's talking about, other people having weapons as well. One of them was Jensen Ackles. He's part of this show too. You may remember him as one of the brothers from Supernatural. He was pissed. Dude is a serious bro. He's a serious arms guy. He takes the training very seriously. He takes weapons very seriously. His interrogation was spot on, and he was pissed. He was pissed at Hannah. He was pissed. He was more pissed at Alec Baldwin than he was at Hannah, because he realized Hannah was young, but he did whatever she said. But he was extraordinary. Jensen, did I say Jason? Did I say Jason Ackles? Sorry, I meant Jensen. I actually said make sure I don't say Jason, and then me trying not to say that made me say it. So yeah, Jensen Ackles. He was pissed because when Baldwin was fucking around with that weapon and ended up shooting Halyna Hutchins, if they had been shooting, if they had been rolling the film, action and all of that stuff, Jensen Ackles would have been the one standing in front of Alec Baldwin. So Jensen Ackles would be the one likely not going home that day. So he was extraordinarily pissed by the situation. And as he says in his police investigation, his police interview, his wife was freaked completely out by it. So yeah, go. Okay. Good. I said Jensen. That's what I thought. All right, good.
The long barrel one, yeah. Okay. Yeah. The other two are on the actors, and those were fine.
That's funny.
Okay, those are kind of like for show, pretty much.
Yeah.
Holsters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, they took them out and they had them on camera too, and yeah.
Okay. Do you know what time did you go to lunch?
Thanks, Flux. Don't make me question myself, chat.
Yeah,
I'm insecure.
pretty much on the dot.
And then, so after that, Sarah pulled them out.
Yeah.
Did you see her check them, or did she just hand them to you and that's when you checked the room?
She just handed us, we all took them, we took them in the bag to the set, so we didn't check them there. They're in little, like, socks, little socks.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do those look like?
Little socks. They look like socks.
All right.
Yeah, they honestly look like socks, yeah.
Okay. And so when you checked it, it was on set or prior to you
Yeah,
transferring?
it was on set. I didn't really check it too much after lunch, because it was already locked up and everything at lunch.
Was it really
Yeah, I
locked up
checked it
though?
And put in that last round and then,
Okay. I know that you had said something about keeping stuff in your fanny pack.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, it's a little fanny pack. It has a lot of pockets, so it's really cool to like separate the dummies from the blanks, but it's mostly to separate like the blank sizes, because there's quarter loads, there's half loads, and then there's full loads. And I usually don't keep any full loads out there unless I need them. But I usually keep quarter loads and half loads right here. So if it's close up to an actor, we use a quarter load, and if it's farther away from an actor, we go ahead and we use halves.
Okay. And what's the reasoning for that?
Just the halves have more smoke and they look more real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much for,
Like if it was a bigger gun, like a rifle or something. Yeah.
so you keep
Or if it's
all-
outdoors, you know. But mostly it's the quarters, just in case they're closer proximity to an
X-ray
actor.
girl has
Or if it's
raided.
inside quarters.
What's
Or
up,
if it's
X-ray
around an
girl?
animal or
Glad to
child
have you
quarters.
here. Thank you so much for the raid.
And
Everybody from
then
X-ray
you
girl,
had
make sure you like and
said,
subscribe. And let's watch Hannah
that they're
Gutierrez
only
read.
supposed to
Explain
pretty
what
much
happened in the run up to
smell
Alec Baldwin's shooting
dust or smoke,
and
right?
killing cinematographer Halyna Hutchins.
Were you inside when the incident occurred?
No, I was right outside by my, what's it call it? My, cart.
Okay. How close was it?
About 20, 15, 20 feet from being inside.
Okay. What side of the building was done?
So the building, like the door is facing, I don't know my north.
Everybody, make sure you go over to X-ray girl and
Boston?
subscribe to her channel.
Is
She's
that the main door?
super
So
awesome. We love some
where
X-ray
the-
girl.
Where the door, where they were like coming in and everything, that door, we were like right adjacent to that, to the left.
Okay. Could you
Yeah.
see inside at all?
No, not really. No, I couldn't see inside.
What do you remember about?
Basically, I just like, you know, we had a couple of, like we had a popper pop last week. You know, the poppers are for special effects. Like one just went off randomly last week. So I was like, oh, it must be a popper. And like, you know, I checked all of them myself. So I heard like the shot and Sarah was like, what was that? And I was like, must have been a popper. And I like turned around and then I heard them say medic emergency. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well,
And then I like checked in and I like looked and I saw Alec on the ground and I was like, oh, not Alec, Joel. And I was like, what the fuck, was it the gun? And Dave was like, yeah, it was the fucking gun. And so I was like, I walked in and I like tried to see what was happening or like where the gun was, you know, to secure the weapons on the set. And I got yelled at, and I ran out and Dave brought me the gun and I opened the gun up and one of the dummies somehow had been discharged.
And kind of
now I would beg to differ with you here. One of the dummies somehow had been discharged. Let me just say, dummies, by definition, cannot be discharged. That's why they're called dummy rounds. What happened was a live round, live ammunition somehow found its way onto the set and into that gun and discharged through Halyna Hutchins and into the shoulder of Joel, who she saw on the ground. Yeah, so the dummy somehow was not discharged. It was a live round.
explain a little bit more what you mean by that it was discharged.
Yes.
So if I had a bullet, wait, I have some dummies.
Oh, she's just got it in her pocket.
So,
Now,
right.
these things she's laying out on the table now, because after she was interviewed, Alec Baldwin was interviewed, and they used some of these rounds to question Alec Baldwin during his interrogation, and he was all over the damn map, also without a lawyer. I mean, he was saying, I don't know anything about guns. I'm just an actor. It's not my job. I don't know anything. I'm just an unfrozen caveman actor. What am I supposed to know about these guns and ammo and stuff? But then, by the end of he's like, oh no, you can tell the difference. But this is this. They put the bullets in front of me. So yeah, this is a dummy. This is a blank. This is live. He goes through all of these. So he goes from I don't know nothing to I know everything. And again, I've mentioned this a bunch of times, but spoiler alert, Alec Baldwin knows an absolute shit ton about guns. One, he's been an actor using guns for over 40 years of his career. Two, his father was a high school shooting coach who was so into guns and did so much shooting that he literally died of lead poisoning. Alec Baldwin's father died of lead poisoning because he was shooting and handling too much ammo. So, yeah. She just has these in her pocket, and they're later used in the questioning of Alec Baldwin.
Check these out. I wish it had just been one of these, but see how these have like the hole?
Okay.
And this one doesn't have a primer, right? And most of them, like, they have like the primers, but the primers aren't like hot. Like, I've never had one with a hot primer.
Yes, he was a high school shooting coach.
So that seems pretty weird to me. But
I should add, to all you young people, we did dangerous things in high school back in the day. Hell, I had my hunter safety gun course in middle school. No, I wasn't even in middle school. I was younger than middle school. I was in elementary school, but they had it at the middle school. Yeah, we did things like that. My my project in wood shop was making a gun rack. My older brother, he got to make a crossbow in his for his wood shop project. You just did these things. We did dangerous things. We welded. We had shooting coaches. We had all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, high school used to be a place where you could do things.
so basically, this part, when a bullet shoots, the fire projects it, and this comes out. This little piece right here, this little nipple. Yeah, and so when I had checked the gun, this part, that was gone.
Ashtrays were for ceramics class.
I saw the shell, yeah, and it's on the thing.
You made toolboxes in metal
Did
shop.
it look like this,
You
or
made
was
gun
it-
racks in wood
It
shop,
looked-
and you
it
made
wasn't- it
ashtrays
didn't have
in
the hole, it
ceramics.
didn't have that. So, I mean, it had that, and it didn't have the hole. And this was gone, so it was just the
Abby
shell.
Todd was a rifle
This
spinner
kind of
and
looks
color
just a
guard.
cartridge. Just the regular
Cool.
like cartridge.
Things we
When
didn't
it-
know about Abby.
Without
Shot.
this, yeah,
So these ones are dummy or because they have the hole.
Yeah.
So that one didn't have a, so it looked like a realistic
yeah.
one when you saw it.
Mhm.
Okay.
What about your,
But a lot of.
what about your blanks?
What about them?
What
Do
about
they-
them?
What's the difference between a blank and that?
You know, I don't think I could show you, but the blank is very different. And you would absolutely be able to tell the difference just by looking at it. So basically,
Right, there we go. You would absolutely be able to tell the difference between a dummy and live ammunition. And she's just demonstrated different ways of differentiating between you'd be easy. All right, rewind. Let's go back. She just said it's very, very easy to see the difference between a blank round. And she said a dummy round. You're right. Never mind. Continue. Let's go. Anyway, she's just said, without her lawyer present, that it's very easy to tell the difference between live ammunition, blanks, and dummies.
the end here where this is gone,
Oh, yeah. Spice racks, too. Yeah.
the projectile is gone in the blanks basically. This is squeezed shut. Like, it's filled with like a little bit of gunpowder, like I said, either quarter, half load, or full load. Filled with a little bit of black powder, and it's opened by the metal part just going, so nothing flies out of those.
Okay. So this is pretty much what looked like what was in the gun.
This is 100% what was in the gun, except without that.
Okay.
And with the primer, but the primer normally is on there anyways for a lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not as well.
No, it's not.
Okay. Again, she's demonstrating
A
that
lot of
she
them
knows
are-
the difference
A lot of them
between
have the primer,
live
so that
ammunition
way
and
you
other
can,
kinds of
see them
rounds.
themselves, they look real.
Okay.
But a lot of them also have the primer in a hole, and that one didn't have a hole.
All right. So you had said so how did you end up getting the gun after?
I went in there, they yelled at me, I ran out, and I was like, can I see the gun? And they brought me the gun, and I opened it and checked it, and the very first one that I like, because, once you shoot it, the next one in a revolver, it'll be that one, and first one I pulled out didn't have that.
Okay. Did you get to see any of the others?
The others all had, yeah, I took them all out. They're on the cart too. They all had rings and they all had holes, and I don't understand.
So yeah, this is important to keep in mind, because immediately after the shooting, she opens up the weapon and there's the live round that went off. And then I believe she said the next one was also a live round, but the others, they were the dummies. The DCV Titan with a, no, that's a crickets. We don't want crickets. We want the ship's bell. The DCV Titan with a Canadian $10. Our woodshop teacher accidentally took his fingerprints off with a planer. At least he claimed it was an accident. We all assumed he did it to hide his identity, and he was a criminal on the run. I sliced off the pad of my finger with a mandolin once. You know, it was like the mandolin the like shred vegetables with. Yeah, I mandolined off the pad of my finger once. It grew back. Bled like a mofo. But thank you so much, DCV Titan, for this super chat. We are now about 55 away from unleashing the pig dog cam. But she doesn't understand how these live rounds got into this weapon when she was the one that loaded it. Her and Sarah, there's some disputes over who loaded it, but basically she said she admits that it was her at the end of the day.
And that one's enough.
And I'm sorry, explain again what the ring is.
So imagine if this.
Oh, okay. So just a noise.
So that's what I'm saying. So this one is exactly what it looked like was in there.
Except for it went off because it didn't look like that.
And that one doesn't have any holes.
So that's yeah. Honestly, that box of dummies might have some wonky ones in it, and we got that I think a week ago.
Who ordered them?
Well, we got them from our from Seth, our like supplier and everything.
Okay.
But Seth borrowed them from someone. I don't know who.
Borrowed the runs that you have?
Yeah. Yeah.
And how do you know he borrowed them?
I don't know. That's what Sarah said. And then as soon as Sarah called Seth, I don't know. I don't know if she talked to him or anything about this.
Okay.
You mean today, if she called him today and already talked to him, or when?
I know she called him, but I didn't get to hear the police officer told her to stop talking to me.
Okay.
So I don't really know what happened with that. But yeah.
Yeah, Charles Crook, the truck was unlocked most of the time.
Are you aware of a time or know if
no, that alone is reasonable doubt. No, the fact that the truck was unlocked most of the time and accessible to people actually goes more towards her negligence. She is the armorer. It is her job to make sure that no one has access to those weapons except for her. No one has access to that ammunition except for her. That she oversees every step from opening the van to taking the weapon out to loading it to handing it to someone. She is in charge of all of that. If the truck is unlocked, that's her fault. That's her negligence. So yeah, the fact that it was unlocked most of the time is her negligence. She doesn't have to. They don't have to prove that she loaded the round. They don't have to prove that. They just have to prove that she was negligent in a way that was basically disregard for safety, knowing that her negligence could or should have resulted in what happened, the shooting and death of Halyna Hutchins. So yeah, that actually makes it much worse for her.
something like that can be dysfunctional? Or
I mean, like overall, these are some weird. Like
only her and Sarah had access to the weapon.
It is. There's always like a chance of safety to be compromised, and that's the issue. And that's what I'm supposed to watch out for on set.
She's supposed to watch out for compromised safety standards. Again, she just said something that
I've never really
hurts
heard
her.
of. I've heard of blanks before with the primer. That's the only time I've ever heard of them, which is why I'm wondering if it was kind of one of the older ones, because that kind of stopped after that whole Brandon Lee situation. But I'm not really sure.
So Seth orders all of your rounds.
That would be Jensen Ackles is the
And
answer
is
to
there
your
anybody
question,
else
Michael
that's
Burke.
involved in that?
I couldn't really say.
Okay.
I just get what I get, and I'm told not to bitch a fit.
Oh my God. I hate to pause this here again
yeah.
because
Do you
we,
know who the
we still do have a lot of ground to cover, but yes. Yeah. Oh, where'd it go? Where did that reference go? Wait, did someone take that? There was here it is. Yeah. And the unknown Mexican man, and anyone who wandered onto the set. Yeah. They went there. They went there with the unknown Mexican that was wandering about. Yeah. Blame the imaginary brown guy. They went there.
Manufacturer, is it this?
No.
You know what the box looks like?
Yeah, there's the box is on the card. It says dummy round. Yeah.
What else do you know about Seth? Just that that's ordered him, or?
No, Seth is he's had armor on for The Walking Dead. Okay. He was on that show for 10 years.
So he's also familiar about getting these.
Yeah, Seth is he pretty much is teaching me everything other than my father.
Has anyone ever allowed live ammo on set?
No one.
Except for you.
What's your guys' protocol for the ammo?
Protocol.
Like, what do you have in place? You know, are you supposed to check them every day? How often?
Basically, our protocol for the ammo is I have to know load sizes. I have to know who's in the proximity, if it's a child, if it's a horse. And my protocol really is a lot of checking for barrel obstructions, mostly because that's where a lot of mistakes get made, is just blank behind something, and a lot of guns get thrown into dropped in rocks, and rocks get into the barrel and fly out and shit. So my shit is mostly just checking the barrel and everything, and then making sure the dummies are dummies. Yeah, and I've never really had any that didn't sound like dummies.
Okay. When you looked at the gun, when Dave brought it back to you after the incident, did it look like it was the same gun when you handed it to Dave?
Yeah.
All right. The cop is doing a great job here of laying out the chain of custody of the weapon and the ammunition in it. So she just got her to say, did it look like the same gun? Yeah. So there we go. She's just erased the possibility that it was a different gun than she had previously handled, that someone swapped out guns somewhere. She said, no, that was basically the same gun. Yeah, it looked like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would be able to tell too by the circling markings on the bottom of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember what those markings are?
They're kind of like little fingernail marks, but a little more dented.
Okay.
All right. Well, while the cops are stepping out for a minute, we'll do a little bit of a midstream grift here. But first, Charles Cook is in the end, Baldwin's responsible for making sure it was not pointing a weapon loaded with the live rounds. Addressing that first. This is the thing with criminal negligence. With these type of cases, more than one person can be guilty. 3 people were ultimately charged. It was Dave Halls who pled guilty, her and Baldwin were the 3 that were ultimately charged. I can think of a couple of more people that could and probably should have been charged. But that's the thing. If you were in any way to any degree negligent that contributed to or caused the death of the person, and you acted in a manner that was basically without regard for safety and human life, you can be held criminally liable for that. So that's why it's not like a murder where you just prove that one person did it. You have to prove who did it. There can be a bunch of people that could be held criminally liable in this type of a case. More than one person can be negligent. So yeah, Baldwin was ultimately responsible. That's why Baldwin got charged. She's the armorer that's supposed to make sure that Baldwin doesn't get a live round. And Dave Hall, who was he handled the gun between her and Baldwin. He was one who pled guilty, and there's a couple of other people. So yeah, there's plenty of charges to go around. And as the producer, he was ultimately responsible for everything on set. If you go back and we did a show about this as well. If you go back and look at the contracts, he was a producer whose responsibility was limited to financing, to the financial side of things. He had nothing to do with hiring and firing. He was a producer with responsibilities in the financial field. So that's why he doesn't have the responsibility overall as a normal producer. That's where the Rust production company comes in. Yeah, Baldwin had nothing to do with hiring and firing. He was just a financial guy. Right. Let's see. That brings us up. We currently don't have any super chats to read. We're about 55 away from unleashing Doggo Cam. And we've got 427 people here right now and 306 likes. Make sure you hit that like button. There's 133 of you at least that haven't done the job. So get down there and smack that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Right now we're doing the first interrogation of Hannah Gutierrez read by the police. Tomorrow we're going to be doing the follow-up interrogation. Then starting Thursday, we're going to be doing opening statements, and we're going to follow this trial all the way through. And then once this trial is done, hopefully it's done by March 12th, because March 12th, we've got to start the Sarah Reed trial. That's coming up right after this trial. So stay tuned for that. And this Friday is going to be our F It Friday stream, or we just say F It. We have a great big panel of guests on for 4 hours where I just grift for drinks, basically. You throw your money at me. I do shots in return, and we get liquored up. We have a great time with our panel of guests. Currently, so far, the guests that have responded and have asked to be on, Lady Law 579, Sally Talk with Sally has said she'll be making a quick appearance. Ariadna Jacob, we love Ari. Ari Jacob will be there. Chrissy Mayer, comedian extraordinaire, will be there. Nick Starro, Trial Watch, will be there. And Megan Fox has said she's going to pop in. Good Logic has said he's going to pop in. And hopefully more people will be joining as well for the 4 hours we've got to throw as much money as possible, because once we finish that 4 hour window, we're going to start with the trial again. There we go. That's the midstream grift. Let's get back into it again. All right, people, come on. 447 concurrent viewers and 310 likes. Do it. 120 likes right now. Get down there. Oh, and how are we doing on our like and subscribe poll? The like and subscribe poll today is, who should get more prison time? 5% of you say neither of them should get prison time. 19% of you say Hannah should get more prison time. 25% of you, a full 1 out of 4, said, yeah, I don't really care. I just hit the like button. And 52%, more than half of you, say that Baldwin should get more prison time. I agree that Baldwin should get more prison time. Why? Because not only is he an arrogant asshole, but he was the last person. He was the last person to prevent the death of Halyna Hutchins. He was the last person in the chain of custody. He was the person that pointed that gun at her and, regardless of what stupid shit he says, pulled the trigger and killed her. So I think he should get more prison time. Lynn with $1 with the £1.99. You have now. Cheers. Okay. Thank you. I now have a super chat to read. Thank you so much. And DCV Titan with 5 more Canadian bucks. Baldwin was just a money guy. Probably should have put a bit more for his skilled armorer. Should have paid those union rates. Yeah. She was a union employee in training. She wasn't union. Yeah, they went the cheap route. Silent Rage 5 says, I'll watch until Megan shows up. Actually, Megan's going to pop in at the beginning. Then she's got the kiddos to take care of and things, and then she'll leave eventually. So yeah, but come on, Silent Rage. Be better than that. So yeah, there. We'll see you Friday, Silent Rage, earlier.
How much time? Okay, so how many guns were pulled out after lunch?
Like 7.
7?
Like 7 or 7? You're the armorer. You're supposed to know how many guns are out.
Oh, maybe. Okay, wait. Miller has 2. The 2 officers have 2, and then Rust has 1, and then there's 3 long guns out. So,
Okay, sorry. Miller has 2. The officers have 2.
yeah.
Who else?
That's
Rust
4.
has 1. That was the one that was discharged.
Okay, that's 5.
And yeah. And then we had 3 long guns that were on the cart.
That's 8.
A shotgun and a rifle. 2 shotguns and a rifle.
And you're in charge of watching all of these.
Yeah.
2, 4, hold on, 3, 8. Okay. And you said Rust?
Yes. Rust is the character. He's Alec Baldwin.
Rust. All right. Well, she's pondering life, the universe, and everything. Duncan, Idaho, bringing the $5 heat. As the armorer, her Valley Girl inflections and heavy use of like do not lend to a favorable impression of her competence. Well, see, I'm leaning more towards Flux's theory because, like we mentioned, and like and I'm not saying that actually is grammatically correct. Like Flux mentioned, and like we saw in the hearing last week, she allegedly, right after this interview was completed, went back to wherever she was staying and handed off a bag of cocaine to someone else, basically because she didn't want to be caught with a bag of cocaine after this grilling. And she's also admitted to basically getting drunk off her ass every night and smoking weed in the pool the night before the shooting. So I'm thinking this is less of I'm starting to agree with Flux that this is less of a Valley Girl inflection vocal fry. Like the totally, like for sure, like gagging with the spoon. It's like totally for sure. I don't think it's so much of a Valley Girl vocal fry as it is a stoner. It's like a dude that's just like, hey man, smoke marijuana and nothing will happen to you too. Oh, those old PSAs were the worst. But yeah, I think I have to agree with Flux. I think she's just high as fuck. Sure, coming off the high. She's coming off her weed-induced stupor.
And you handed it directly to him? Or did you hand it to Dave?
I handed it to Dave after lunch.
So then Dave gave it to him.
Flux is going for the cocaine.
Alec was in there.
She thinks she's
Do you
coming
know
down off
who
the
all was
cocaine.
inside the building during the incident?
I just got
camera
port
people
wine
we
tonight.
got.
That's all I know.
Our camera crew just quit last night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why-
The whole fucking
why-
crew, except for like 2. One dude that's Dave.
Why did the camera crew quit the night before? My understanding was they quit because it was a shit show. There were safety violations. There was catering problems. There was lodging problems. They basically said, we're working on a shit show, and off they fucked.
Yeah, and then the DP, the director,
Do you know anybody's name?
Halyna, the DP, she got shot. The director is Joel.
And
He
you
got
said-
shot.
I'm sorry, so DP?
Director of photography.
Okay. And that was
In my
Halyna?
world, DP
Mhm.
don't mean director of
H-E-L-E-N-A?
photography. Just
I'm not
saying.
really sure how to spell it. That's kind of Russian.
Do you know her last name?
No.
Kind of Russian.
And you said Joel, and he's another director?
God, she doesn't even know Helena's name, how to spell it, what country she's from. She doesn't know. Well, in fairness, Baldwin also referred to her as that woman. Exactly, Flux. It does not. It doesn't. It does not mean director of
And you
photography
said
in
that
my
he was
world.
also shot?
Yeah, which is just fucking mind-boggling to me. Yeah, both of them got shot.
How many rounds are?
I heard
on
one.
it? You just heard one.
I heard one. So it must have went through one and somehow hit the other.
Not somehow. He was standing right behind her, and
Which
she was
is
basically
fucking
shot
insane.
near point blank with a 45.
Okay. Do you know anybody else that was inside?
I wasn't there.
Well, obviously,
Yeah.
Alec, right?
Yeah, Alec was inside. Fuck yeah. God, I hate myself for that.
And
Yeah,
what
we hate yourself for a lot of things. We hate yourself for a lot of things, Halyna. Been there, done that with a $5 super chat. We are inching so close, so much closer. I think we're about 40 away from Doggo Cam right now. By my calculations, by my terrible, shitty lawyer calculations, we're about $40 away from unleashing the Pig Dog Cam. But been there, done this, as I want to hear Valley Girl, but in Korean. Korea, well, so, you know, Koreans, they have sort of kind of like a Valley Girl thing. Like, you 잘 모르겠네. Valley Girl, you can't really do a Valley Girl in Korea. That doesn't work. But the Koreans kind of have their own like equivalent of a Valley Girl deal. It's like fingers on a chalkboard to me. Like they'll have these certain phrases, and just their intonations, like oh 그래요, 어떻게 해야 되지, 오빠, the voice, 있잖아요. Ugh. Yeah, that would sort of be the Korean equivalent of the Valley Girl thing. Gangnam Girl. No, the Gangnam Girl. They're the stuck up. Oh, I need a Chanel bag. It's like the Aegyo, the Kiyomi dirt thing. legal vice님 있잖아요. 너무 잘생겼어요. They're like, ugh, it's just fingers on a damn chalkboard. All right, let's go.
What about Dave?
Yeah, Dave was inside.
Do you know Dave's last name?
On the call sheet.
Jesus goddamn woman, you don't even know Dave Hall's last name, and he is essentially your immediate superior on set. You're handing a weapon to a dude you don't even know his last name. You're taking instructions from a dude who you don't know you have to look at the call sheet to find out what this guy's last name is. You are the most unobservant person on planet Earth, woman. Oh my God. I didn't recall that she didn't even know Dave's last name. She doesn't know the name of the chick that got shot. She doesn't know the name of the dude that she's handing weapons to. Oh God.
This is like so awful. Dave Halls.
No.
Yeah, and I got the
No, there's a totally
Halyna
different story
Hutchins.
why she's named Strawberry.
Halyna. And then Hutchins.
She was another person that was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
So I
her
have Halyna, Joel. Do you know Joel's last name?
Joel Souza, Souza.
Joel Souza.
Alec, Dave, anybody else inside?
Well, her steady cam operator was inside. His name is Reid Russell, ReidRussel. He's a camera guy.
Okay.
So,
Is Paige in this other people that was inside?
She can think of, she was,
yeah.
I mean, let's think about this just because, and I don't care about
No, not
North
Joel
for that, but
Olstein.
so where we were parked, here's the back of the church.
If it was Joel Olstein, Jesus would have stopped the bullet.
Where you were parked?
Yeah, we were parked over here. So the church across the main entrance to that would have been over here. We were parked over
Okay,
here.
yeah.
Where was your car?
No.
Because I don't think there was doors here or on.
All
this
right,
side of the building.
everybody. All right, I got to go back now. Damn it, she didn't say Joel Olstein, but I want to. I want to hear what you guys thought she said. That sounded like Joel Olstein. All right, damn it. Come on, people. You're making my life difficult here. But before we do that, King Ginger 333, member for 12 months. Happy 1 year anniversary, King Ginger in the house. King Ginger, one of our devil's advocates in the trials. Having Korean food for the first time this Friday. What would you recommend? Something not too spicy. Well, don't have the Lorax because I'm spicy as fuck. God, meat. Just go with grilled meat. Barbecue. Go with Korean barbecue, man. It's that's your best bet to avoid spiciness. Other than that, Korean food is just kind of by and large spicy. Yeah. Can't really think of much that isn't spicy off the top of my head. Chicken. Now go for the Korean barbecue. Just do that. Or bibimbap, dorsot bibimbap, anything like mixed vegetables, things like that. They don't put too much spice in it. You can tell them to take it out as well. Just whatever you have, just enjoy it all. But if it's something you can control the heat, ask them to make it a little less spicy for you. And Duncan Idaho with the $5. This is like HBO's Chernobyl. How can I be responsible for exploding reactor? I wasn't in the room when they pressed the button. I was on the toilet. Kind of the same thing. Yeah. Well, not kind of. It kind of, it really is the same thing, is what she's saying. Right. Well, let's see. 92. It looks like we're about 30 away from releasing the hounds for a short period of time, if we get that far. 30 away.
On the call sheet.
I gotta listen for Joel Olstein now.
Awful. Day calls. Yeah, and I got the Halyna Hutchins. Halyna. And then Hutchins.
She was another person that was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
So I
her,
have Halyna, Joel. Do you know Joel's last name?
Joel Phil.
Oh my God, she did. I'm sorry, chat. Oh my God, she did say Joel Olstein. Oh no. Hannah, no. Hannah, no. Don't say. Oh. That would be completely the wrong answer. Joel, what's the guy's name? What's the director's name? Joel Olstein? If it was Joel Olstein, Jesus would have stopped the bullets. Come on, Hannah. Oh God. You lose. Let's go. All right. Oh man. Like the dude's name is Souza. It's Joel Souza. In what, like Joel Olstein, Joel Souza, they both sound so much alike. Oh man, that's just stupid. All right, let's hear what's going on.
The Souza.
Yeah, that's not Olstein, is it? I'm sorry. That's just so funny. I apologize. I didn't hear Joel Olstein, and like everybody keeps saying, I'm like, oh, but she did say Joel Olstein. That is so bad.
Okay. Alec, Dave, anybody else inside?
That's possible. That's what we're trying to worry. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Her steady cam operator was inside. His name's Reid Russell. REID RUS.
Joel Olstein would have had more money for the budget.
He's a camera guy.
Okay.
Is Drayton with all the people that was inside?
She can think of, she was,
Yeah.
Think of this just because, and I don't care about North or that, but So where we were parked, here's the back of the church. That was
Where
the front.
the car.
Well, they were parked at the back of the church, so it may have been Joel Osteen. We're not really sure. Duncan, Idaho, bringing us $5 more. I can hear the prosecutor right now. Did you say Joel Osteen there? Did you even know where the fuck you are right now, Miss Gutierrez? Are you still high? Which, again, this is the 4th or 5th time we've mentioned this stream. She did pass off a bag of cocaine, allegedly, to someone immediately following this interrogation. Okay, for this boomer, who is Joel Osteen? He's like a huge evangelist on TV that has a big, giant mega church.
Where you were parked?
Yeah, we were parked over here. So the church across the main entrance to that would have been over here. We were parked over here.
Yeah.
Where was your car? Because I don't think there was doors here or on this side of the building.
So there was a door here,
Okay.
and my cart was approximately over here by a little black tent where the producers or fucking cast or anyone would chill under, really.
Okay, and then that door's over here. So can you see the front, that door from where you were standing?
Yeah.
And you could see Dave the whole time on his way
On his way.
to, because you.
Well, no,
There's about
went
15
outside.
minutes more here of this
Yeah.
interrogation, so I'll try to
Okay,
keep my
but
trap
you
shut
were
as much as
standing.
possible so we can shut it
Okay,
down.
so you didn't just hand it and then he walked off? And then,
No,
like,
yeah,
so you
I handed it to Dave with the camera people there.
Okay. So you were close to the door when you handed it?
I was inside for a second, and then I went back out because,
They tell you to get out?
yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
I'm just curious because of the whole transferring from one person to another of the gun.
Yeah.
So he's the one who gives it directly to Alec.
Here we are, people. 1999 Lynn with a dog cam.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Where's the dog cam? Dog cam. We're 20 pounds. We got the 20 pounds. I said 19 pounds, 99, not $20. That means we are $8 away. Only $8 away from unlocking the Yoda cam or the strawberry cam. There we go. $8. Come on. Oh, now we're 6. It's like a Joel Osteen televangelist, griftathon. Send me your $6 or Jesus will kill my dogs. It's a horrible thing to say. Resist impulse, my last $2. Prosperity, here we come. You just send me your last $2 and Jesus will bless you. Give me your tithes, your earnings, not your surplus. Anyone can give the surplus. Give till it hurts, and then God will bless your life. God will release the hounds. Let me have your $6, people. Reach deep into your pockets. Yes, give till it hurts. Don't give till it is convenient. We don't want the convenience. We want the hurt. You have to hurt to make it right with God. If it hurts, God will relieve your suffering and bless you 7 times the prosperity with which you give. Basically, I'm just asking for $6 more to like on the dog cam. That's been a while since I've done that. Holy shit. Okay. Hey Joe's put us over the threshold.
Release the hose.
We want doggo cam. You got doggo cam and praise the doggo, says a little bit sleepy. Thank you so much. All right, let me get the doggo cam set. That was a weird thing to do in the middle of this very serious police interrogation. I apologize. No, I don't apologize at all. And stay tuned for F It Friday because that's what we're doing for 4 solid hours. Extra camera, share. All right, we're going to be sharing the image of my co-host from here on out for the last 15 or 20 minutes. That would be Strawberry, who is bogarting the heater. I can't feel the space heater because Yoda's face is planted squarely in front of the space heater. And we have Strawberry over here in the dark, sitting out there on the veranda on her usual summertime location. It's getting warm over here, so it's kind of actually a little bit hot. It's about time to start opening the windows again. Spring is on the way. Larak's about to have a literal hot dog. Abby found it abusing. Okay. Shut up and release the hound, said Hey Joe. All right, I can do that. All right, let me make sure I got all the super chats so far. Don't stop seriously, don't stop just because we got the doggo cam. Can you please keep it coming? But yeah, we got all the super chats for now. Like I said, we got about 15 more minutes of this. Then we'll do a quick unboxing of this mystery box that arrived at my house yesterday, and then we'll shut it down until interrogation part 2 tomorrow.
The picture.
Make him drink, you
and I
pay
just want
pigs.
to see if this is something that would have come out of one of these.
Totally.
It wouldn't be a
I'll drink my port for free.
real live gun ammo.
So that looks like a blank one, which I'm pretty sure, because normally the blank ones, like, they have kind of this little line right there, and I'm pretty sure the regular ones don't.
Okay.
So that looks like that would be in the blanks all the time.
You're pretty sure?
That was what was pulled out of the shoulder.
Oh my God, poor Halyna.
So that's why they were thinking it could be an actual live round at this point.
Really?
Yeah. Does that look like it would have been a live round to you?
Dang, that preaching scratched my throat. That hurt my voice a bit.
I don't know.
Actually,
Yeah, I don't know, because look at that line. That's kind of a distinct thing. I think that's...
Yes,
mostly
I
for
did hear about
dummies.
hold on.
That might be a regular live round, though.
It looks pretty. That's what they were thinking. It could be a live round.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, Jeff Forrest for money. That's what Joel Osteen does. No. Well, yes, but no, you know what I mean.
And I think that's why there's protocol, because of Lee, when all that happened on set too. Was there anything that's
Ken
out of the
Copeland.
ordinary
Oh no.
today to you?
No, I mean, just the whole camera crew quit. That's all. So we were like super behind and everything.
When did the camera crew quit?
Yesterday.
So is there a reason?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think that they would be involved in that.
Well,
yeah.
is there because maybe people were disgruntled?
Oh, there was some bickering, but I don't.
No,
yeah,
that's Yoda.
I highly doubt that they were able to.
Strawberries
fit
over
any rounds,
there.
and especially getting a 45 round is like stupid hard right now.
Mm-hmm.
And at least, yeah.
Okay, so the cops are doing their due diligence, asking, did these people that walked off, the film crew that walked off the day before, did any of them have a grudge? Would any of them be the sort of person that would put live ammunition there to try to kill somebody on set? She's like, nah, they're just a bunch of idiots. Resist Impulse says, what's in the box? We'll get there. Just wait. Thank you so much for that. And the DCV Titan with a Canadian $2. Damn it, Yoda. Puff, puff, pass. Nah, she's Bogart. He's Bogarting the entire space heater all by himself.
Was there any of that towards Joel, or did anybody have any issues with Joel, and what was the other one?
I don't believe anyone had issues with Joel.
Okay. What was
Halyna. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know too much about
Everybody
her.
loved what's her
She's
name.
definitely a strong personality. That's all.
But there's nobody that you could think of that might have any anger.
Is there anyone that would have a motive to
anyone
kill
would be
Halyna?
like that angry. Like, we're on a film set. Everybody's always pissed off at each other a little bit. Work together for 12 hours a day, 5 days a week,
Yeah.
It's hard to not beef with people a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's kind of interesting that the whole camera crew quit yesterday, and then
That is pretty
something happens like this today. Would somebody want to maybe, or they could even have an issue without this. Somebody wants to disrupt the filming of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
I don't-
something that you could think of?
I don't know. I can't really say for sure, and I wouldn't want to think that about anybody on that set personally.
You really don't want to think.
She has no idea right now how much trouble she's in. See, these cops are so good These two cops are great at what they do. They're incredible interrogators. Remember how nervous she was at the beginning? How she might possibly want a lawyer. She's thinking she might want to have a lawyer represent her, possibly. Now she's just sitting there, with her legs crossed, hands on her hips, going, "Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, we could have done this. I don't know. There was some bickering." She is so calm and so relaxed right now. These two cops have done such a good job of putting her at ease, forgetting that they have read her rights, and every single thing she says can and will definitely be used. We're going to be seeing this again during the trial, this video. Everything she says can and will be used against her in court. She has no clue. She's just talking with the girls right now. She's just letting them know what was going on set. These two police officers, two detectives, are really, really good at what they do. And the DCV Titan with Canadian $2 says, "You're saying there's reason you wanted her dead?" Well, she's saying no. There doesn't seem to be a reason that they'd want her dead.
Not about anybody.
Never.
But
no.
unfortunately,
Yeah, she's just talking with the girls.
Of, like, any one person. I couldn't really think of a situation that would require, like, I don't know, almost killing somebody.
well, I mean, it happened. I mean,
Yeah.
you keep mentioning it was the Crow when that happened.
Yeah, that was scary,
So,
man.
These things happen with somebody.
I know. I can't believe I'm like the last thing like this to happen since the Crow.
And
my
it's
own fucking worst nightmare.
unfortunately. Well, I think right now they're
Mhm.
good, but at the end, that's why, unfortunately, you're that way. It's like, oh, it's the person who is in charge of all these.
Totally.
And that's
Oh, see, oh my God. See, this is so subtle. And you're starting to see it now because they're winding down the interview. They've done all the friendly stuff. They've done all the, building relationships of trust with her. Now they're going in for the kill. And they're like, yeah, it sucks that this is the first thing that's happened since the Crow. This happened. You were the last person involved. You were the one that was in charge of all of this. You were the one that was in charge and responsible for everything that went wrong, right? And she's like, yeah, totally. I mean, imagine how this reads if you're just watching a transcript. Listen to this again. She's like, you're responsible for everything. You're in charge of everything. She's like, yeah, totally.
person who is in charge of all these.
You're in charge of all these. Totally. Yes, absolutely. I am in total charge of all of these things that went wrong. These cops are good.
Totally.
And that's why we wanted to talk to you, one of
Yeah.
the main ones, because you're in charge of it, but that's also why would you put yourself in that predicament?
Yeah.
So would it be possible?
Yeah. I don't know.
If you didn't do it, if you didn't have a grudge to kill these people, then who would have? Who would have done this if you didn't do it? I don't know. I can't think of anybody else that would have done it except me. No.
I think maybe there was just perhaps a bad round in that box.
Well, a couple of bad rounds,
Possibly.
because there wasn't one round that went off.
What? There was one, right?
How did
Because
two people get shot?
No, so there was only one round that went off, and I must have went through Joel somehow and fucking hit Halyna, and I'm
Yeah, no, it would be the other way around. And you didn't know that because as the armor in charge of all of the arms, you weren't there near the guns when they were being used as you should have been. It went through Halyna and into Joel. That's how that went down. And speaking of Joel, Resist Impulse with the $5 says, I've seen Joel Osteen preach at his mega church in Houston, Texas. Highly recommend going to the Stadium Church once. It is wild. So many people. I went to a this was a million years ago. This was in the late 80s. I went to a stadium here in Korea where Reverend Moon Sun Myung, who's the leader of the Moonies, was preaching. That was wild. A stadium full of Moonies, and they had like a big mass wedding. I think it was like 1,000 people or something that got married that day. It was wild.
like flabbergasted by this. I can't fucking imagine how that happened, but I heard one shot
Okay.
Yeah, I heard one shot, and honestly, like, I opened up the gun, I checked the rest of them. Only one of these was gone, and the rest were fine.
Mm-hmm. I wish we could. This one has a different top than this one. This one that, yeah.
Mooner Nights?
Yeah, I mean, like, they're all, I mean, like, you know, they all kind of vary a little bit. That's just the thing about them. They all vary a little bit. Yeah.
Tell me about what happened yesterday. Did something happen, or did they just walk out that and said,
Yeah, okay, keep going. Okay.
I have no idea. I think at the end of the night, they all quit. The camera crew always bickered a lot, to be honest. Like, a lot of, I don't know, just animosity, I guess, or them with the grits. Everybody.
Apparently
yeah,
one
that
live
whole-
one still in
it's
the
almost
round and about
unpleasant
5
to
or
be
6
inside
other live
there,
rounds
just
on the
because
cart.
It's so, like, toxic. Yeah.
Blame it on the camera crew.
So, COVID, yeah, I try to stay out. And then I was definitely on the sides watching, and they weren't supposed to be pulling the hammer back or anything. Like, it was just supposed to be in the shot. And so I don't know
why it was pulled back?
I don't know what, yeah. I mean, if they wanted it pulled back, like, that's fine. I had no idea about it, you know. But even then, it shouldn't have gone on. Yeah. So that's why I was like, okay, like, it's right there, you know. I stand right by whenever there's gunfire. I'm still there whenever the shit's there, but I'm not usually directly inside the room just because they don't find it necessary.
Yeah. Well, and that's why it's like, they're not supposed to pull the hammer back, but it still is a prop gun or prop.
It's a real gun. It's a real fucking gun.
Okay, that's something we should talk about.
Yeah.
That is something important. People talk about prop guns. Every gun is a prop gun, but prop gun doesn't really mean anything. There are only 2 kinds of guns, real ones and fake ones. That's it. A prop does not necessarily mean it's fake. It is a real gun that is being used as a prop, not a fake gun that was being used as a prop. Prop gun doesn't have any particular meaning other than it's just being used as a prop on set. So yeah, it was a real gun. It was a real pew pew, bang bang, kill Halyna Hutchins and wound Joel Souza gun. It wasn't fake. Prop do not misunderstand that. When you hear the term prop gun, do not misunderstand that to mean that it is a fake gun. A real gun can be just as much a prop gun as a fake gun can. And Island, who's been a member for 5 months, says, I tease Yoda while using a blanket to block the radiator heat escaping from under my desk. Turns out I am Yoda. I don't have Yoda. I just have Chewbacca. Hugh Jass, thank you so much for being a member for 11 months. It's first time I've heard her speak. She sounds exactly like I expected. Thank you so much, Island, for being a member for 5 months. And thank you so much, Hugh Jass, for being a member for 11 months. Thank you for the support. So appreciated.
That.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, totally. I know. I don't know. I wish I would have checked it more.
Yeah. Halyna's family wishes you would have checked it more.
Is there
too.
anything that you think could have happened?
I have no idea. I don't know. Like I said, that box was shown there for lunch. I will say it is hard to get 45 ammo. You know, ammo is super expensive right now, and ever since the election, pretty much all ammo has been bought up a ton. I'm sure you guys know as a police force.
Yeah. So I was just thinking, you had mentioned when
Everybody
you're loading,
subscribe to
summing
Kaiser
it up.
too. Kaiser is
one of the
horrifically,
rounds,
criminally
one of the 6 rounds
undersubscribed.
didn't fit in.
Get over to Kaiser
So
Pineapple
you
and
had to clean
subscribe to
it.
his.
Yeah.
Did that seem odd to you?
You know, no, that didn't really seem that odd. That gun had been dropped a lot in the dirt previous before that. Yeah. So it might have just been a little gunky. And then after I cleaned it out, it fit right in.
Okay.
Yeah, but Yeah.
Does that usually happen?
Does that usually happen?
That's a weird question.
I mean, every now and then. Every now and then. Yeah.
You didn't think that it could have been the round itself that was the reason why it was.
Kaiser said 830
You
subs.
know, I don't
Come on,
think so, because,
170
like,
of you
these
can
are
just pop over there
dummies and
right now
everything,
and
and they
subscribe. We
start
can give
out
you
a little
1,000
easier
subs right
per
now.
se, but yeah, I don't think that would have been a thing. Sometimes they do just get stuck because like the
Hey,
guns are a little
Satan's in
dirty.
chat. What's up, Satan?
Other than that, everything else seemed normal
Satan
with the
is
round
finally
that got.
on my
Everything
channel.
status quo, and I thought today was going to be another like super great day, and that we were done shooting after this, and it's going to be smooth sailing.
So the picture of the round that I showed you, you think it could have been from the
The
dummy?
dummies, yeah. Honestly, I'm not. I can't remember. I can't remember really if I got if they were from the box or if they were from on top of the. We have a cart, you know, and we have several dummies just around. Some come out of the box. Some are, but they're all out
Yeah,
of
and
boxes,
you're one of the
like,
biggest
you know.
dummies on set.
But yeah, might have just been one of the ones on the cart.
The fact that they're just
But it should
leaving
be,
guns
yeah.
and ammo on a cart while they just fuck off to lunch is ridiculous.
And that's your car. Nobody else puts anything else on it,
Not really. I mean, you know,
but
there's,
it is possible.
it is possible.
A lot of people have access to your car.
Yeah.
So as you're loading it, do you do and check every single time?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Every round.
You clearly do not shake and check every single round because you put a live round into this gun and clearly didn't shake it.
Yeah.
And you did it on this time too.
I did it.
Nope.
But that one round, you weren't sure if it was fresh out of the box or just laying on the cart.
Honestly, I don't think, like, if it didn't rattle, I wouldn't have put it in.
Well, clearly it didn't rattle, and clearly you put it in.
Yeah, I checked all 6 of them for a rattle.
I checked all 6 of them. There she is. There she's going. Oh, you know, maybe I missed one. She can't say, well, you know, I somebody else did it. Somebody else may have touched it. No, she said, I checked every single one of them for a rattle, which number 1 means she checked everything and she, you know, it's her fault. And 2, it means she's full of shit because clearly one of them was not a dummy and would not have rattled. Up there's Yoda's out.
I mean, incidents, I guess, sometimes happen, but just that the whole crew quits the day before and then something like this happens.
I don't know. I totally feel like this was just a fucking really fucked up accident.
Yeah, it is a fucked up accident that you could have
Yeah.
prevented.
I wouldn't think that anyone on that film set is that malicious.
I mean, I just have to ask you.
Yeah, no,
because
totally.
it is something.
Well, yeah.
What about Sarah? How much do you know about her? How long have you worked with her?
She's like the nicest little Christian girl ever.
Okay.
We're gonna remove an extractor and an armor.
Okay, you got a couple minutes left here.
So,
An extractor for those.
yeah. So I'm gonna take
them.
one of these real quick, okay?
And look at this. Do you mind if I take these for evidence? No, go right ahead. Take these as evidence. This crushes my lawyer soul.
Totally. I'll be back in just a minute. And so just to be clear, the one that you had seen, that you had pulled out, looks like which one?
Mostly like that one.
Okay. With the,
Yeah, except when I saw it, it was punctured. So
not, it wasn't
and
missing it.
when I took it out, yeah, it was punctured. So
Well, it was punctured because it freaking fired, for God's sake. Let her stew, leave her by herself.
Okay. Unless you have anything else that you think you missed or want to add. I'm going to hold on to these. Okay, actually, I'm going to hold on to that.
Okay. Just one more clarification. When you got the gun back handed to you, had someone already opened it too, or you did all the manipulating of it?
We did all manipulating.
So Dave just literally just handed you the gun, and it was still closed.
It was still closed.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, you want to grab that? There's a trash right there.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
All right, there we go. This is Crime Circus. Drip Drop, who is in charge of Crime Circus, he has some of the most amazing interrogation videos on the YouTube channel. Make sure you get over to Crime Circus and subscribe to him as well. I'll put the link down in the chat here after we wrap up. Yeah, that's too much me. That's way too much me. There we go. That's a little better. All right. We are done here with the show today. That was the first interrogation of Hannah Gutierrez Reed. Tomorrow we'll be watching the follow-up, the second interview. And I thought it was today, but I guess it's tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna get to see one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in a police interrogation video. There's a point when they let her just kind of sit alone, as they always do. They always give you some downtime to see what you do and to watch and to note your behavior. There was this point where they step out and she kind of does this. She's like, she sniffs her pits, which was one of the nastiest things I've ever seen in a police interrogation. So if there's no other reason to watch tomorrow, watch it for the pit sniffing. It was bad. It was nasty. But okay, so today we finished interrogation number 1. Tomorrow we're going to do interrogation number 2. Thursday we start with opening statements and witness testimony in the Hannah Gutierrez Reed trial. On Friday, we're going to start with a 4-hour Fuck It Friday, where we just say fuck it. We throw everything to the wind. We just grift for shots. Every $100, I slam a shot of premium whiskey. We see how lit you can get me, and so that I just get all my grift out in one day, so I don't have to do it the rest of the month. We're going to have a great panel of guests lined up. I went down a little bit before. Right now, Lady Law 579, Talk with Sally, Ari Jacob, Chrissy Mayer, Nicholas Starro, Megan Fox, Good Logic, and many more to be added for our short little 4-hour deal. And then after we finish, assuming I'm still vertical and able to communicate coherently and not going to make a big ass of myself, we will watch the Friday session of the trial. If I can't do it, if I just can't do it, we'll catch up on Sunday. And big news here. So then all next week we'll do the trial. But next Friday, I won't be here. Next Friday is a holiday. Next Friday, I am going to be gone for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm going to pop off over to Beijing for 3 days to actually enjoy some amazing cocktails with our very own Abby Abroad. So make sure you go to Abby Abroad and check out her channel and her things you must know when visiting China. And also go back a few weeks, go back about a month and a half ago, where we did a drinking whiskey stream, where Abby was over here in Korea visiting me. We did a how to drink whiskey stream. Go and check that out. And then once the Hannah Gutierrez Reed trial wraps up, hopefully it'll wrap up before March 12th, because March 12th, we've got to start the Karen Reed trial. We're going to be all trials all the time for the foreseeable future, basically. So stay tuned for that. And everybody here, we got 349 of you here, 373 likes. What do we got going on the like and subscribe poll? We've got Alec Baldwin, 54% should spend the most time in prison. 18% of you think Hannah should spend the most time in prison. Only 4% of you say neither of them should. And a full 24%, 1 in 4 of you say, I really don't care. I just hit the like button. That's the end of the poll. When we wrap this up, I'm going to do a quick unboxing here. And then we're going to send you over to Law Talk with Mike. He's doing a SovCit thing. Sovereign citizens make my skin crawl. So we'll send you over to Law Talk with Mike here when we are done. Right now, though, we do have Resist Impulse with a $1.99 super chat.
Fascinating story.
Whoa, that's not the one we want. we want where's the bell? There we go. Resist Impulse, last $2. I vote this woman as most guilty. Okay. All right. Well, there we go. But I do have this box. I do have this. I do have this box over here. This box that I have over here. You know, I don't know who it's from. I don't know what's in it. So that of course raises the eternal question. And we all know what the eternal question is, don't we? We all know what it is that this makes me ask.
Put the gun down.
I saw you with the box. What was in the box?
Because I envy your normal life.
Put the gun down, David.
It seems that envy is my sin.
Oh, what's in the box?
Not till you give me the
What's
gun.
in the fucking box?
Give me the gun.
We're about to find out what's in the box. All I know is it's from my forwarder, myus.com, and a guy named Tom. This is his sketch. So if there's ever been a crime committed and you see this is like an artist's rendition of the perpetrator. Tom boxed this. So got to open this up. I pre-cut it so that we'd save some time. Some paper stuffing here. There's a plastic envelope. Rip this open. Inside the plastic envelope is a white envelope. It's one of these super glued things. All right. Okay. There's a letter. There's a letter. It says Jeff on it. All right. Let's see what the letter is. Right here in my hand, we have it's a long letter. Let's see. Does it have a name? No, there's no name on it. All right. Oh, the first sentence answers the question. February 2nd, 2024. Dear Legal Vices, I am Swan Lake Lady's mom. Swan Lake Lady, are you still here? Are you still here, Swan Lake Lady? I just got a gift from your mom. Swan Lake Lady, she's one of my homegirls. She's just over the hill from where I grew up. We love Swan Lake Lady. Like literally, Swan Lake Lady, like what do you say? Like 20 miles from where I grew up, just over the hill, just through Sardine Canyon. You leave my house, you go across Cache Valley, you go up through Sardine Canyon, and then you go into where Swan Lake Lady lives with her mom. So we've got Swan Lake Lady's mom. Swan Lake Lady, if you're here, I don't see her here. I hope she's here. I'm assuming she. Let me check. Let me do the @thing. So Swan Lake Lady is apparently still here. Whether she's listening or not, I don't know. There he is. I know what it is. Swan Lake Lady is here. Swan Lake Lady, tell your mother we're doing her unboxing right now. Yay, Swan Lake Lady's mom. All right, Swan Lake Lady said, I am Swan Lake Lady's mom. She told me that from time to time you have discussions of the unexplained. And for those of you that don't know, myself, Flux, and Danny on, occasionally once or twice a month, we do an unexplained stream where we talk about paranormal things, government conspiracy theories. I know Flux loves the term conspiracy theories. She's a conspiracy analyst. We talk about unexplained things, whether it's demonic, paranormal, ghosts, mind control, government things. We talk about it all. We talked about the space lasers last time. So every now and then, yes, I learned about. We have discussions about the unexplained. I learned about these books and more events from watching a program one evening on TV about the possible sightings of or experiences of being close to a Bigfoot. All right, let's reach in here and see what these books here are. Oh no! This is awesome. The first book is called Cache Valley Bigfoot. And the second book, it's also wait, it's the same book. Okay, one is Cache Valley Bigfoot, Field Guide and Stories about Bigfoot in Cache Valley. And then we have Cache Valley Bigfoot. Sometimes the shadows do move in the woods. Okay. So these are, looking through this here. What do you got? Contents, Hyde Park Canyon Experience, Hull Valley, Franklin Basin Road, Tony Grove Lake. Okay, so these are recollections of Bigfoot sightings in and around Cache Valley, where I grew up. Okay, remind me to talk about that in just a quick second. Oh my God, these are two cool books. I didn't know these books existed. I I got to check real quick here. Something real quick. Oh, St. Anne's Retreat, Minnetonka Cave, Jardine, Juniper. All right, I'll make a comment here in a minute. All right, so where do you go here? The program focused on a gentleman interviewing people around the Cache County area. That's where I grew up. I grew up in Logan, Utah, in Cache Valley, in Cache County. Having spent a good deal of time in the Olympic Peninsula of Washington, I don't question the existence of Bigfoot anymore, and found out quickly that many people in that part of the country have many stories to tell as well. These people are from all walks of life, and I'm sure that many of the stories I have heard have some truth to them. My son was camping with his friend who was a policeman, and they heard a noise that was unusual. They got out of their tent, and they had large rocks start rolling down the hill by their tent here in Sardine Canyon, which I just mentioned a minute ago. They tried to investigate, but felt sure, due to the size of the boulders, that it wasn't a human dislodging them. I've had experiences that I won't bore you with. Oh, bore me with. Come on. Come on, Swan Lake Ladies Mom. We need to have you on for an unexplained show. We need to have you on as a guest for the unexplained. Please bore us, quote unquote, bore us with your stories. From our cabin in Montana to a dark, narrow road one night near Shasta, California. It was a totally different experience. I was never a believer in any of this until some of these odd events happened to me. I've never seen a Bigfoot, but absolutely believe that was the thing in several occurrences I experienced. The one strange occurrence in Shasta, California, I still question, although it had nothing to do with a possible creature. I hope you enjoy these books as they discuss areas you would be familiar with. I've spent time in Logan Canyon, as I lived in Logan as a very young girl in a few years, and have loved the area. Swan Lake Lady has camped and hunted in the Temple Fork area with her dad before his passing and loves it there. P.S. If you ever do a discussion of the Flathead Lake Monster, as they call it, I don't know anything about the Flathead Lake Monster. I'll have to check it out. I would love to know so I could listen. Well, Flux remind me, we need to do the Flathead Lake Monster. There have been many sightings, and I found out about it while on a charter boat fishing for lake trout when I was in Montana. The captain of the boat was a very nice man and quite believable, but of course I still had my doubts. Then an attorney from Polson, Montana, and his wife took their boat out one afternoon after work, and their motor gave out. They had to call for help from their daughter and son-in-law. The wife took a nice swim while awaiting the arrival of her daughter. After climbing back on their boat, she and her husband both saw the humps of this creature. This attorney is now a judge, unless he's retired now, and never would have risked his position and reputation by sharing this if it didn't have some truth to it. In addition, there are many other people who have seen this, and stories shared on a Monsters in America program, which I watched. I do not make a habit of watching programs like this. I do. I watch the shit out of programs like this. Which I watch. I didn't make a habit of watching programs like this, but I had read it would be covering this topic. Sorry. I believe this is an offshoot of Discovery Channel, but I'm not sure. Please forgive me for taking so much of your time. No, this is awesome. I greatly enjoyed your coverage of many trials, and thank you for providing such interesting and educational points of view with everyone. Thank you, Swan Lake Ladies Mom. All right, Flux, we need to get Danny, and we need to do a Bigfoot episode. We need to do a Bigfoot episode. We can read some of the stories from these books. And also, what I was checking for briefly is to see if my Bigfoot experience was listed in this book, because I have a story from when I was younger. With me and my sister had this experience that is in the in an official Bigfoot experience registry. I was wondering if it made it on here, and I've talked about it before, like I think once or twice before on our Unexplained streams. And I actually, my friend who she still is a professional photographer. She did a photojournalism exposition, about Bigfoot sightings in the Utah area, and she would take the stories of people who have had Bigfoot experiences and go and photograph the locations where the experiences happened. And in the whiskey room, I have the photograph that my friend took of the area where I had my experience. I've only told that well, I mean, other than to chat, a very few people, because didn't want people to think I was insane. Flux says I am so down. Yes, with the photo. Yeah, so I've had an experience. Me and my younger sister had an experience when we were kids. Up Providence Canyon, which is just south of Logan, still in Cache Valley, where this book took place. We told the story. So yeah, we should do that for another Unexplained. So that is an amazing check out. And Danny and Flux were supposed to have done an Unexplained last weekend, but for whatever reason they didn't. I'm just glad they didn't. So within the next probably 3 weeks from now, we'll do an Unexplained. And I think we should do Bigfoot. Swan Lake Lady, please tell your mother thank you so much for this gift. That is super cool. And Swan Lake Lady says, if she didn't watch, I will make sure she watches when I get home. All of the letters written in the book are printed as they were sent to the author. See, I didn't know this existed. I would love to have had my story in there. But I'm going to reach out to the guy and see if he wants to if he's making another book. We'll put the Lorax's Bigfoot story in there. So thank you so much for that. Swan Lake Lady's mom. Wow. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of the show. I need to make sure Law Talk with Mike is still going. That went a little bit longer than I thought. Let's see. Law Talk with Mike. Are you still going, bruh? Law Talk with Mike. Yes, he's still going. We're going to go to Sov Sit Alert. Oh, I think he's going to shut down now. Is he getting ready to shut down? Hang on. I think he's getting ready to shut down. Ah, damn it. All right. He's getting ready to shut down. We got to send you somewhere else. Sorry about that, peeps. Who are we going to send you to? That's the question. Let me see here. Who is live right now? Redirect. We need to shit can Law Talk with Mike. We need to add well, if you want to hear some anime shit, let's go over to Legal Mindset. That's where we're going to send. We're going to send it over to Legal Mindset for some anime stuff. Let him know Law Rack sent, and tell him to save some of the subs for us, man. Dude has been raking in the subs and the super chats. Dang. Danny is not live. If Danny was live, we'd be going straight over there. So, all right, folks, we'll see you tomorrow for the second Hannah Gutierrez read police interrogation video. And let's see how things have changed since the first one. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Mods, thank you for being here. Thank you for doing your Moddy best chat. You are the greatest chat on the entire freaking internet. You are awesome. Thank you so much for just being here and talking. Thank you so much for the memberships. Thank you so much for the membership messages. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for your support in whatever way that comes in. Me and Strawberry and Yoda, wherever Yoda has gone off to, thank you for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, whoever you are and whatever you're doing and whoever you do it with, just make sure you enjoy your legal vices. Tell Legal Mindset howdy. Bye now.